Hello, and welcome back to Power Up Gamers. I'm Jevin D and D, the disabled DM. And this is episode 3 of our Homeward Bound campaign using Microscope and 5e. Hopefully tonight will be the last session we use Microscope, and we are going to work on some character concepts tonight. With me I have Donald, Trish, and Cal, and we expect Mary Chris to be joining us anytime. So how is everyone doing this evening?
I'm doing well. I was actually expecting you to say Merry Christmas then. That that took me a little bit off guard.
Yeah, I have to kind of chuckle every time I look at her last name, as I expect that too.
When I think of her name, Mary Chris, Kris, I think of the very specialized dagger-like weapon, Chris.
Cool. Okay, so as I was saying before we began this stream, each person will need a piece of paper or a Google document to kind of record the information on. And we are going to begin and simply by kind of explaining a little bit with how we do the microscope normally and how it's going to be changed up. It follows the same system. Normally, you can't veto or say no to what someone else suggests. However, because this is dealing with each player's specific character, I'm gonna be giving that player the right to say no to something if they don't think it fits. So we will begin with the big picture. And this is the one sentence that describes your basic character. I would include race, maybe a name. I would leave out a specific class at this time. An example, when me and Drake did a video on making a character with this, his sentence was a gnome that screwed everything up. So that was kind of what he brought to the table. So kind of just maybe a race, name, and maybe a personality trait kind of deal. So, Donald, what would you have your one sentence be?
My one sentence would be playing as a undead human ghoul magic user, and his personality is to overcome himself to perfect his art craft.
Okay. So let's kind of simplify that to say
overcome and perfect himself.
Yeah, to just say an undead who's trying to better himself.
Mm-hmm.
So you would write down that one sentence. And we'll see in the long run if he becomes a magic user or exactly what. So we would move on to Cal next.
Um. Okay. So let's see. How would I word it in a single sentence? I'm a writer. I don't do single sentences very often. Um. Let's see. Um. All right. Uh, so K is a um bit of a loner, and uh he tries to fit in.
Okay. Alright. So I would say a lone wolf that wants to be accepted.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trish, how about you?
She'll be right back. Grandmother from the hospital's called her. She's gone to answer the phone.
Okay, okay. So so we will take a moment uh, and I will rating and I'll go into how we had talked about the setting and everyone's gonna be playing kind of pirates for mechs. I figured out the easy way of doing a mech is it's gonna have basically the same class that your character has. But they'll do double the reach, double damage, double every other effect, that kind of thing. If you're a magic user, your mech will be able to cast spells. Else, if you're a fighter, it will be combat focused. Things
So
like
like
that.
when the pilot gets into the mech, it can connect up to them on a mental level, like
Yeah,
actually tap into them and enhance the power through the actual suit, almost like
Like a
a
familiar.
focus, almost like a focus point.
exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I figured that would be the easiest way for us to work the mechs aspect into it
Hmm.
instead of having to come up with whole mechanics based for the mech itself.
So for a wizard, could use it to channel energy through it from range, even if it's using a touch attack.
Yeah, like their touch attack instead of 5 feet would be like 10 feet. So kind of that kind of deal. So it should be a pretty interesting campaign once we get going. And I have several ideas for how it's gonna go.
Definitely cool. Well, Mother has returned now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That Mum's in hospital and she gets a bit lonely.
Yeah.
I told her I'd call her back after this.
Okay, no problem. So, Trish, what it would be your one sentence for your character either?
A single sentence.
Single sentence. I'm much like Carl here. I don't go for anything less than four paragraphs.
Yeah, I love paragraphs.
4 to 8 paragraphs is pretty normal, basic little thing. One whole sentence, just a little collie.
Like, my guy's one is, he's a lone wolf that wants to fit in.
Okay, my character is a perfecting their self.
Yeah, so it's a real basic idea.
Right, well, okay, so one sentence to describe
It's very difficult because you're picturing the character and you want to like just blurt everything out you're thinking about them. He's like, I have to pick one sentence.
Okay.
I am not used to this this format.
Yeah. She's a she's been touched by the curse, and she's always getting in trouble.
Okay. And what race would she be? Just kind of curious on that.
She's well, I haven't decided yet whether human or elf.
Okay.
Probably elf.
Okay. Interesting. I have a couple ideas for a twisted elf.
I'm thinking you may change the character race to being a tiefling.
Yep, we shall see. So the next step we do is called bookend history, and that's where we take a period that starts basically the character and one that kind of leads basically to the point of them becoming an adventurer. So, for example, when me and Drake did a character video, his beginning point was him being an apprentice to a tinkerer, and then the end period was us accepting a quest to go with a party of adventurers. In this case, because you guys are mech pirates, it's the end period will basically be you've completed your basic training and are being sent out on your first real mission. So the end period's gonna be kind of the same for all of you. But let's deal with the beginning period, and we'll begin with Donald first.
Okay. For book and end history, I think would be a noble wizard, be part of the expedition force originally. Throughout the interaction with evil outsiders, became a tiefling, and then the illness would kill him. Of the virus, kill him, bring him back to life, and he joined the adventure party sometime after.
Okay, so I think a good beginning point for your character would be being brought back as this undead ghoul.
Yeah,
And-
so cool.
And then dealing with the time from the time that happened to the time you complete your basic training.
So we brought you back to life as a ghoul tiefling.
Okay. So you would write that down on your paper. So, Cal, how about you?
Sorry, I just wanted to write a mode. I started writing stuff about my character. So just came up with a really cool idea. Wait, what are we doing?
The bookend history.
Okay.
Kind of where your character began at, and then the end period when you complete your basic training.
Okay, well, so there's kind of something that I was going to be bringing up before the live stream, because if you remember correctly in the last one, I said I had a very interesting idea for a character, and I needed to talk to the DM beforehand because it is kind of odd. But so I've got a little idea for it, and then I can also go into the training that I did. And basically, what I'll be telling you guys now is just basically how it would have happened. So
let's not go too far into what happened, because that will come with the events and the scenes. It's
okay.
just kind of picking the two periods. It's if it was me and I had this lone wolf who wants to be accepted, my beginning period would probably be what caused him to be on his own.
Yeah, that's kind of what this little backstory thing is, but it does delve into a bit of information. Um, so, instead of starting there, because I'll reveal more about that later through some scenes and stuff, for you guys to add on to and stuff, I'll just start it with a bit cryptic. So, Kay, ever since he's been in the underground, has had looks thrown his way. He's never really been fully accepted, and he became quite a bit of an outcast, really. But he was very quick and very agile, and he ended up signing on to the mech force, or whatever we shall call it, and went through the training program because when you're inside the mech, no one can see you, and as far as he's concerned, at least then, he can socialize and he can help and not be looked down upon. And so he went in and did his training and passed with decent grades, and not the best out there, but he's not too shabby.
So that's quite a bit of information. So what is the beginning period?
This is very difficult for
Calm
me.
down, boy.
My brain's just like, slow down.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's begin
that's
off.
That's the hard part, because you're forced to think on like one little piece.
Okay, let's begin off beginning history, being the loner and how he joined the mech force.
Okay.
So what event causes him to join on the mech force? Okay. Hey, we don't want to say what it is yet. We just want that wrote down as the period.
So what caused him to join in the first place?
Yeah.
Yes.
Feeling
And
that he
then-
couldn't do any good in the underground, he wanted to sign up to the mech force, where he could actually help people.
Yeah, we might have our idea of what it is, but we don't really want to go into detail because it's all revealed as we go further on.
That's very difficult. I've already written like a paragraph of ideas.
It is really difficult to train your mind to think like this, because a lot of us are writers. Once we get an idea, we want to flesh it all out right away. And this system forces you to slow down.
It's
So-
strange.
So Trish,
Yes.
let's do your bookend history. So what would be your starting period for your character?
Well, being the troublemaker she is that I've mentioned, she was actually sent to the mech force on probation.
Okay. So I would say her beginning period is what did she do to get in trouble?
Mama just killed a man.
She wasn't that bad. No, she saw a lovely shiny artifact that she thought would look better with her.
Now this is where we don't answer what these questions. We just write down the periods. So, I would say, for your period, it would simply be the question, what caused her to get into trouble, and then the Empire would be the same as everyone else with the completing basic training for a mech pilot. Then we go back to the palette, which is where we do the yes/no kind of a deal. So, Arnold, again, we'll begin with you, because I'm just going from left to right on my screen. Hey. So, why don't you give me a yes or no about your character? Something you want or don't want. And the way this will work is it's kind of a one-on-one deal between the player and me as the DM, kind of going back and forth. But everyone else can put in ideas too, if they like.
I would like to say yes to being a tiefling wizard and being a ghoul.
Okay. So, so being a ghoul, or which is yes, I am going to say yes to some kind of strange diet, whether you have to feed on a corpse, whether it's blood, decaying meat.
Yeah, so yes, diet would be rotten, would be human, would be organic food of some kind, rotten meat, blood, etc.
Yeah, but I would say it would be something that's not normal.
Yeah, so not normal food.
So then and we would go back and forth like this, but we're gonna go one at a time. So we would go to Cal next.
All right. Let's see, how do I start this with what I want my character to be with trying to use minimal words?
And this is just an ingredient thing, so it's like a yes/no. I want him to be a fighter. No, I don't want him to use magic.
Well, it's going to be kind of out of the blue without the rest of the background information, but I would like him to be part cat.
Okay. So a feline.
Yes, he's humanoid, but with cat ears and a cat tail.
Okay.
That experiment went wrong, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
I am going to say no on extremely good agility.
That's fine.
That is just a little bit better than like your average human. Because I've seen a lot of people play cat folk. Okay, so these super agile and.
Oh no.
No, we're not talking style here.
No, he's still human. He's just got some sensitive ears. Sometimes a little bit too sensitive for something good. That kind of deal. That's really about it.
This is something we would like to add. Probably personality trait would be probably feline trait. Probably groom themselves like a cat would.
Possibly. We shall see.
Especially if he's nervous.
Because we're only doing one yes or no at
Yeah,
a
but
time.
sometimes if you're nervous, you might start to groom yourself or.
Oh yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Like, constantly brushing my hair and just like pure hygiene mode.
Yeah, or maybe whenever see another feline cat get very jealous and get a cat fight.
Possibly. But we shall see. So
Come on, Kay, we have to move. I'm cleaning my damn nails.
because we're doing it one at a time, then it will go to Trish for the next yes or no.
Right. I want yes to having a cursed hand with long, twisted, and deformed clawed fingers, and basically the hand she doesn't really have control of this hand all the time. Sometimes it's like it has a brain of its own, and it'll sometimes reach out and grab something or just hit somebody, stuff like that. I think it could end up being a really interesting thing, especially in a bar, to start a bar fight and things like that.
Okay. So I would write it down under your yes column, a cursed deformed hand.
Oh God! I can just picture us all sitting there as a party, and it's just chatting away, just punch the guy next to you in the face.
So I am going to make this interesting, and I am going to add a yes in that your character will be a kind of a diplomatic envoy, handle social situations. So no quiet rock for you.
Oh no. Handling diplomatic relationships could be very interesting.
Maybe you can get to be playing as a PC rock character still.
Yeah, I could be that rock. And just be like, I will be your guide today, and if you'll just follow me.
God.
Push him off the ledge. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Oh God.
Okay. So we will go back to Donald.
I would like to say yes to being a wizard.
Okay.
For magic use would be related to the the magic being used. It would be necromantic. How I would be describing it to relate to the ghoulish nature of him.
Okay, hold on just a second.
The most inconvenient time to get a call just from a Skype friend.
I actually missed part of that anyway.
Okay, just tell me when you want me to begin talking again.
Oh, you're fine now. I just had a quick message to respond to.
So to recap, wizard class and just describe the magic through necromantic means.
I would say wizard class would be the yes, because we don't know yet how the other magic's going to flavor the descriptions. That will come as we actually play.
So to the ghoul part, you said a yes to being a tiefling as well, right?
We actually haven't said a race for him, but tiefling's fine.
Okay. So I just say yes to that as well, so have it flash on my Word document.
Yeah, so like tiefling wizard would be your yes. I am going
like this much text.
I am going to say no to him him using a staff.
Okay.
So you'll have to figure out something else to kind of work with. And my idea there is you see all these fantasy wizards and they almost always use a staff. And we want this to be kind of unique.
Exactly, staves are overused.
They really are. Why not have a crowbar? So
Why
much
not?
more effective.
Why not have a bone that was drenched in the blood of something evil or something?
Mhm.
Like a bone.
Or something your kid made you for Christmas.
Almost like a mace, but it
Yeah.
works as your focus.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Going with the necromantic feel.
Okay, so we will go to Cal for his next.
Okay. I would like to say that I'm super hypersensitive to noise to the point where it's actually a disability at
Okay.
points. So high-pitched noises like
Like when we entered before.
yeah, like that kind of noise would just he would be on the ground. He'd basically be on his knees holding his head.
Okay.
Like
I love the
high-pitched noises.
I am going to add a yes to the also, and I am going to say he's highly empathetic.
He's highly what?
Empathetic. So
Empathetic?
like you understand what other people are going through. Or if
Okay.
they have a tragedy, you actually kind of feel the pain that they feel.
Deanna Troy from Star Trek Next Gen.
It's like my life.
Okay, so we will go to Trish next.
Okay, this is still working with the hand, and I want to say no to me having control of it when it takes over. I think the DM should have control of it, and so it'll be just as much a surprise to me as anyone else, and he can do it whenever he pleases.
I would say that would just be a standard for your other yes. So I would say we don't even need to separate things on that.
I could just see that you're busy talking to someone, and Jared's just like, and you feel your right arm start lifting up and punch him in the nose.
Bad head, down. Alright, well, I'll think of something else then.
Your other hand grabs him by the collar shirt, pulls him in close while you're still talking normally to him. Threatening pose, but you're still acting like nothing's changed.
Pinches the barmaid's butt as she walks past. Alright. Well, I'm going to say no to having as good a vision as other elves. I think with being touched by the curse, it's probably affected me in a few more ways than one, and I think it probably affected my eyesight a little bit too.
Okay.
So you probably get a
I
slight
would
D
say
kind of negative to your
yeah,
spot.
I would say like hard of seeing. Not necessarily blind, but
Short-sighted sort of thing.
yeah, short-sighted. You probably don't have dark vision like most elves, which would be a real hindrance in the underground.
Oh yeah.
I am going to say a yes as to being a roguish type character. Not
How did he
necessarily,
know what I was going to do?
not necessarily a rogue, but like you could be a scoundrel, kind of like a Han Solo. You could be a ranger. You could be a rogue. Something that kind of style.
Yeah, sort of like a Han Solo type thing is what I was going for, what I was thinking of. So that works perfect.
Oh, yeah. So I would see you're not super skilled in fighting like a fighter either, but you wouldn't rely on magic either. Kind
No,
of.
no. Yeah.
Okay, so
my
we
arm
go.
would be my Wookiee.
What's that,
So,
Chewie?
My arm doesn't like to lose at cards.
so we go back to Donald.
Uh, my oh, I am non-muted. For my arcane focus, I am thinking going with a necromantic theme type of psi.
Okay, aside.
Yeah, it is not a staff exactly,
Yeah, yeah, the Grim Reaper side would be awesome.
but yeah, I'm just thinking having a Grim Reaper type of robe as well to match.
Awesome. So your weapon of choice would be the scythe.
Mhm.
I am going to add a yes as because of your experiences with dying and coming back. You get awful visions.
Okay.
Ooh.
And they don't necessarily have to be awful as in terrible, but they're real vivid kind of thing.
Cool. So yes to the arcane focus and the side. Cool.
Yeah.
I like my character so far. A tiefling necromancer with a side.
Yep. And then I said yes as to vision. And basically,
It's called flailing.
hey. Okay, so we would go to Cal.
So, let's see. I was thinking something along the lines of
What was that, Cal?
something like sound enthusiast on some levels, like enjoys music
Okay.
like a lot.
So, how about we expand that to say something like a creative artist? That could be storytelling, music.
Poetry.
Oh, poetry.
Poetry,
Poetry.
etc.
Definitely.
But by saying creative artist, that kind of expands it for you to decide as you play.
Yeah.
I am going to give you a very interesting yes. I am going to say yes to you be in Native American terms is basically a dream walker. You basically walk among people's dreams. You experience them real vividly. You can talk to other people in your dreams.
Stay away from my dreams, buddy.
I'm a dreamwalker. Okay,
Cool.
then this will be interesting.
These are interesting characters.
I like this. Dreamwalker. Okay, I've never done that before.
Okay,
Road,
so the
Twisted
next
Hand, and a Dreamwalker.
one is going to be Trish to give either a yes or a no.
I don't know if, well, like you're saying like diplomatic person, so she's going to probably have a very good charisma. She's going to be a very charismatic person.
Not necessarily. Siblings.
That's what I'm trying to think. Would she actually be, or would she be quite the opposite, in fact?
Well, she has got a cursed arm.
True.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think she wouldn't have a lot of friends. She would be a bit of a loner.
I think even my guy would be kind of scared of you.
So here's what I would say, and I think it kind of ties in too with the diplomat, is she's awkward in social situations.
Socially awkward. I love it.
So she's like used to dealing with people, but she like doesn't know proper etiquette. So that's how I would kind of word what you're saying there.
So a bit like an Aussie politician. Got it.
Exactly.
I do not know what that means, but go with it.
Yeah.
So I am going to say a yes as to memory gaps. Like she may lay down to go to sleep in one place, wake up in another with no idea how she got there.
Oh, I love it.
I think the curse is getting to your brain, my dear. I told you not to eat that many shrooms.
Okay, so let's go down once more. So let's really hit a major point for the characters.
Okay, it would be me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, major saying would be being undead. They would have indefinite lifespan until they are killed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with this setting, that still isn't very long.
Yeah, so in theory can live forever, but in this setting could be killed anytime.
Yeah. So I would say something like undetermined lifespan, but I would also say the most susceptible or to damage. They when to think of a zombie, you hack at an arm, it basically falls off. So I would say something like that would kind of apply.
Okay, cool. So I have indefinite lifespan in theory and susceptible to damage.
I am going to say actually a no. Oh, and my idea is you have basically no memory from your past life, except for like right before you died. So like you don't know who your family was, or if they're still alive.
That could be
That
some
kind
interesting
of
roleplay.
So would that affect my background that I choose as well? What I gain from it?
No, I would say like you would know like you're a noble, but you don't know like what house or what clan. You just kind of know you are. You still have kind of the bearing that nobles have.
Okay, cool. So have that in a background in that area.
Yeah. So it just kind of you don't have memory of it.
So for background went with Sage, and then just how he was raised would be a noble upbringing.
Yeah. Something along those lines.
Cool.
Okay,
I definitely like my Grim Reaper character so far.
So it goes to Cal.
Okay.
B flat.
B flat. Um. So let's see. What else would I add?
This is your major point.
My major point.
I don't think for you we've really said a class or a kind of what they're about.
Kind of looking like a bard at the moment.
Well, you see,
Poetry and that.
that's the thing. I have purposely not mentioned anything about a class just yet.
Yeah. So I would
Um,
that would be kind of your major point is like what's your occupation before or becoming this mech pilot.
Hmm.
But
well,
you might have something else in mind too.
hmm.
Okay.
Well, so if we could go with the bard idea, he used to read a lot of poetry, and he does like to play instruments. I'm really not sure. I was almost tempted to basically say he's basically civilian class, almost.
Hmm.
Like, in respects to when he's not in the mech, if someone approaches him, he just basically flail his arms at them.
Mm. So, I think just go as bard and then just whenever appropriate be a civilian.
Yeah, because you would be like an entertainer type.
Yeah.
Except for when you're in your mech. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe. Oh, she thought of it. The game was happening in an hour.
Oh wait, Mary is joining us soon?
It just came online.
Mm. This is just an idea. Fifth edition, I don't really see rope armor class, so I'm just thinking it would be 11 plus dexterity. Would that be a acceptable homebrew rule for
It's 10 plus dex.
10? So a combat rope would be okay. 11 AC plus dex.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, we can say 11. Of course, that since most of the time you'll be in your max, it will be a bit different. And we'll figure out AC and all that for them.
And so put down combat ropes, AC 11 plus dex.
Alright.
I'm just thinking mech armor could just be something, would be the lowest heavy armor AC, probably, plus the dexterity modifier, maybe?
Come on. Sorry guys, as I'm having a issue at the moment as I'm checking on Mary. Okay, she might be joining us. We might be doing her separate. So, oh, I caught something about robe and armor. Usually it's 10 plus your dex, so most wizard type characters will have like an 11 or a 12.
So it'd just be 10 plus the dex mod.
Yeah, plus your dex. Okay, so where did we leave off? I kind of lost track there.
I think it was Trish's turn.
Yeah. Believe so.
Was it or did I? I know Cal did the yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he did the yes, but I don't think I gave one for him. So I am going in. Since he's a bird, I am going to say no to instruments. So he would either be like a singer, a poet, a storyteller, something of that nature.
I got it. I know exactly what he'll be.
Having a bard without a musical instrument, is that interesting?
Yes, but I'm going to make him, because he's gonna. Well, he already has a lot of traits that I have in real life, apart from dream walking and stuff. But so I'm gonna make him a comedian type of bard who specializes in sound effect.
Oh.
He can mimic different voices, and he has to practice them. He can
Okay,
try
so
and
a
make
voice actor.
that
Nice.
kind of stuff.
Okay, so let's go to Trish for our last yes, no.
Okay, I'm thinking with her sort of background, probably have connections with the black market.
Okay. So some kind of criminal contacts.
Yeah.
I am going to say,
That was 2 M's or 3?
I'm thinking, because I want to give a really good one. I am going to. This one's hard. Okay. I'm going to say yes to she's clumsy. So I
No,
can
she hasn't got a very
so I pictured like a rogue trying to pick a lock and her fumbling around with the lock picks, trying to get it working.
Okay.
Okay, so that takes care of our yes, no. Oh, so next is the big pass where we do the periods, events, and scenes. Now, I would suggest keeping this kind of brief, maybe one scene per person, and to kind of highlight the concept that we came up with. Partially because of time, because we could go hours and hours on just one character, much less 3. Okay.
Very true.
So how does this go exactly?
Yeah.
Is it just like the scenes and events in the previous session?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
it's same kind of structure.
Okay, so major event would be when first dealing with the black fungus thing, it killed him but brought him back to life sometime after.
Okay, the blacker.
Yeah, black horror killed him and brought him back as a ghoulish tiefling.
Okay.
That'd be so cute. Ghoulish tiefling. Could you just picture it?
Yep.
I am going to add basically a scene in kind of a one-on-one deal, but we'll act it out after we go through everyone. And I'm going to say this scene consists of the ghoul and someone who basically captured him and drafted him into the mech program. So kind of gave him no choice. Kind of one of those, you're gonna do this or we'll destroy you type thing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say that's gonna be a soldier. So right down scene between the ghoul and soldier from mech program. So Cal, what do you want to add here?
Add
For your character.
I think it would be fun to play out the scene how he became Catman thing.
Okay.
And I have a basic idea for the scene.
Okay. So I am going to say for that we would have your character, and I'm gonna say some kind of wizard scholar, and then we can set up a scene, etc. For it. Possibly we don't. Oh no.
Yeah, it could be a werewolf wizard.
Oh. But I kind of like the idea of maybe a wizard being involved in the scene. Whether that's a good thing or bad, we'll see. And I think the part I'm gonna add is that this event and the scene that we're doing is what causes him to join up with the mech.
Okay.
So, I would say there would be an event kind of attached to the end of the scene. So I would say almost a two-part scene where I would bring in another character, kind of take you to the basic training kind of deal. So Trish, how about you? What's kind of the one thing you wanna?
Well, they're both doing for how they joined the mech force. So I could either join suit, or I could just go off on a totally different tangent.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to play out the scene how she became curse touched, but that's not the same scene as her becoming part of the mech force.
It could be because she became part of the mech force because of probation.
Yeah, probably be part of the company through a penal company.
So what I'm thinking is perhaps whatever caused her to be cursed touch, and that scene might be what got her in trouble.
God, I could just see her on trial, and the judge is like, "Are you sorry for what you did?" And she's like, "Yes." And next thing, the hand just turns around and smacks her lawyer in the face or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Why don't we do that? Oh, that. Do like the trial of her.
Yes, that would be totally awesome.
Okay,
Are you sorry for what you did? Grabs the lawyer's face, pulls him in close. Yes.
So actually, we'll go with your character, and we'll say the judge. So it's kind of a one-on-one trial. Okay, give me just a second here to check my message again.
Just looking up the history of what would be a penal military unit, it is quite interesting to see how they were used in real life.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
I mean, using convicts or less than desirable people on throwaway missions. It was interesting to see how they integrate back into normal society.
Okay, so we have the scene with Donald, and that is the soldier drafting him to join on the mech force. So Donald, why don't you kind of set the scene with your goal on
Challenge.
Okay, thinking setup would be it would be sometime after the first group found the black ore, being the first investigation group. They found everyone dead, except for my character. He wasn't completely dead, but woke up after some time in a ghoulish tiefling state. So he would be the lone survivor of the investigation group.
Okay. And this would be quite a while after, because this would be during the faction wars about returning to the surface, or going further underground. So I imagine being this ghoulish type creature, you would probably be hanging out in like the local cemetery.
Yeah, it would be cemetery, any place of academia, but wouldn't be a social butterfly.
Yeah. So I would picture this soldier being basically a patrolling guard.
Golf Foxtrot. This is the ground force or task force?
Probably Tango.
Tango.
And I would say he would see this creature moving among the tombstones in the cemetery. And he holds up a hand. You there? What do you think you're doing?
I am taking care of the dead. They need a friendly hand still in their current position.
He kind of scoffs, says, "Let the dead fend for themselves. Else we have other matters. The living need us more."
I shall I reveal my hood to, and he would see a ghoulish-looking tiefling. I am no longer part of the living world anymore. My place is with the dead.
He he looks a little bit in surprise. Eyes goes real.
Mm,
I definitely don't know what to make of you, but come along. We'll take you to the outpost.
mm. Okay. I done my work for the time being. All of these spirits here, they are at rest. They will not harm the living.
He nods, says, good.
Mm.
He turns to start reading you off, kind of looking over his shoulder to make sure you're following.
Yeah, I am following. I put the hood back on and put what would be my death mask on, so he doesn't have to look at the semi-ugly mug.
Okay. He goes, so, as I was saying, the living need a concern more. You know of the faction wars, I'm sure, and the invasion from the surface. We are starting a new program that we believe will give us a fighting chance to either go back to the surface and reclaim it, or to settle further underground. The decision will be up to the group as what faction you will join.
Well, the living need my help more. With my work done in the grave, that is one problem taken care of. We do not need the dead being brought back to life, killing more innocents with the turmoil coming ahead. Choosing between life being killed by the monster and doing some good, I'd rather live.
He nods, says, well, we'll take you to be part of this program if you decide.
I wouldn't mind exploring the rest of the place, doing some good work.
He nods, and he leads you into a large barracks where you'll spend quite some time doing your basic training, along with your other companions that will meet in session 1. I should say episode 4. It's session 1 of the actual campaign.
It would be session 1 of the campaign.
Exactly. So I think that kind of gives you a little bit of flavor for your character, kind of understand him, and you'll all be able to make him on a 5 each.
Yeah, well, I will make them. I haven't chosen the character gender yet.
Yeah, but you have the basic concept.
Yeah, a tiefling ghoul, wizard necromancer.
And you know how to make it a level 1 character.
Yes.
Okay, so Cal.
What's that?
We had a scene going determined for you. And you'll have to remind me the scene, because I kind of spaced it.
Well, I wanted to do the scene showing how I became the Catman, and you said we would do the scene leading up to my basic training, and then have like a flashback thing at the end.
Yeah, I kind of pictured it being one. So, why don't you set the scene of you becoming this cat at folk person and this wizard being involved.
Okay. So, the way that I've pictured it, it happened a very long time ago. Um, and I was still pretty much the same age I am now, and that's due to one thing that happened, which the DM and all the players can help expand on the story throughout the campaign, what actually happened. But when the portals were first opening on the surface, um, as he was trying to run and hide with everyone else, there was also a wizard there that was trying to help defend and protect the people. Uh, and poor Kay actually got sucked into the portal when it opened, and he re-emerged way, way later after all the underground settlements had already been built up. He just came out of nowhere, confused where he was, what happened, and he was different. He had his pet cat with him at the time, and him and his cat merged in the portal.
Okay.
Oh, I can just picture this now.
So there won't be much for the wizard to really say or do, because I picture him more kind of like an NPC.
Mm.
However, I would say the real scene begins when you emerge from the portal as this cat creature.
Definitely.
And you actually emerge right into a barrack-looking place, and you see a guard sitting in there and looks up. What are you? And he starts to draw his sword.
Still kind of just like standing there, confused, almost like my eyes are still coming into focus, not sure what's going on. The first word that leaves my mouth is, "Run! Take cover!" And I like kind of snap to it, looking around, looking at this man with this sword, and I kind of put my hands up.
As you put your hands up, he keeps his sword out, but he starts to relax a little, watching you kind of reverently. Goes, "Are you here to sign up for the new program? I didn't see you come in."
He tries to compose himself, and not sure what's going on, and just being utterly confused. He kind of like looks at the ceiling for a second, then looks back to him, and I think I might have. What is it?
Hey, just a sec, Cal. Yes, Estano, you could.
Okay, cool. Because I know our arcane focus items, you cannot use them as a weapon.
Yeah. I'm a little bit leeway with that. He looks, says, "Well, you see, we've come across these robotic AI that the Max, and we think we can have pilots for them, and use them as weapons to either reclaim the surface or settle underground."
And my eyes kind of grow wide, and I look around, and I kind of lean in slightly towards him and say, "Reclaim the surface?"
Goes, "Oh, where have you been?" And Surely you know of the shadow invasion. We lost.
I kind of just slumped down in my chair, just leaned back. It's just, we lost?
He just kind of shakes his head, and almost as if thinking you're an idiot. Because, like, every child knows this. Yes. Goes, yes, we've lived underground for generations.
His eyes are just like wide. Like if you could picture a man with owl eyes. It's just, he's just so confused. And
Goes,
he looks down at the desk, he's just, so if I sign this, I can go to the surface?
goes, depends on what your company decides. But, yes, there is that chance.
And he just quickly grabs the quill, I suppose, and signs his name and places it back and just sits back and folds his arms.
Awesome. Okay. So we'll end that scene there. And next we have Trish's character
Alrighty then.
facing the judge.
Facing the judge.
This is
Alrighty.
gonna be awesome.
Time to face your music.
Dun, dun, dun. So, you're in this courtroom. It's pretty big. Normally you would think of lawyers, you would think of bailiffs, but there's only a single guard and a man sitting with a judge would be. Says, you there. You stand before me today, accused of treason.
Alright.
It's what you have to say about assaulting one of the elite.
Sorry, I was clearing my throat. Hang on. Gosh. What was that? Sorry. Sorry about that.
He basically accused you of assaulting one of the elite, so one of like the nobles.
Alrighty.
And asked you to explain yourself.
Would you believe me, Your Honor, if I said it wasn't me?
Well, that would be hard to believe, at least physically. Now, whether you were in control of your actions or not remains another question.
Well, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I wasn't in control of my actions. And she looks down at the ugly, deformed hand, and she says, he did it.
Right, as you start to say he did it, and the judge starts to ask what you mean, your hand lifts up and flicks the judge off.
Oh no.
Judge looks at you, goes, disrespectful rope. Don't you know
It wasn't
I
me.
hold the power of life over you?
I tell you, it was him. It wasn't me. I can't control him.
Well, you better learn, and I can't think of any better place than the mech program. You'll be sentenced to probation and giving your service to the mech program, and depending on their report will determine if you end up free or not. If you survive.
Why would you subject them to this? I can't control it.
Goes, perhaps they can teach you control. Oh. God, take this whelp away. And the guard will lead you to the barracks. So I think that's a really interesting little piece. I didn't want to do too much with the scenes. I just want to give like enough for you guys to get a little bit of flavor on what the characters would be like.
I definitely like the characters. This well, so it does make interesting character, but it's a bit time consuming. And let everyone agree to it.
It is time consuming, and that's why I didn't want to spend real long on it, because like I said, just for one character we could have gone on and on. We could do a 3 to 5 hour session per character. So I think we got a pretty good setup up. I think you all have a little bit of an idea of the personality, a little bit of an idea of what brought them to the point of completing the basic training. And so next week we will be doing in session 1 of the Hatchable campaign. So take what you've done tonight, put it onto a level 1 5e character sheet. If you need help, contact me during the week and I'll help you make your character.
Before next week, Jared, look up the default undead monster traits. I'm going to be using them. They would generally be from, unless it changed from 3.5 to 5e, would be immune to all fortitude save and mental and most magical charm effects, I think.
Yeah. I'll figure that out.
Yeah, so just tell me what is what, but I would soon follow undead rules for that stuff.
Yeah, I would keep it pretty basic, but I would say most of the undead template is fine. I can't think of anything that needs major adapting. And your max AC will be based off of yours, same with hit points. It's kind of what happens when they hit 0 on hit points is they power down, and then you have to disconnect yourself and climb out if you want to continue doing anything before they power back up. I kind of picture the mechs take a while, or so maybe a couple hours to go through the repowering process.
I would assume the mech, most of the mech stats, everything would be the player character's stats, right?
Yeah, I would say same stats except for like damage and and the stuff that we already said would be doubled. Or I would say everything else basically would just like the character does.
So most stats the same as a PC, except for damage. It is twice that.
Yeah, damage is twice, your range of attack is twice, area of effect is twice. Nice. So that's just kind of a simple way of looking at it. It's more like it's a bodysuit kind of deal.
Going with the Thigh, getting the ×2 bonus there. That's going to be quite good. So be doing 4d4 damage potentially.
Yeah, and your scythe is what, already a 10-foot weapon?
Yes.
So while you're in your mech, basically, like a mech's arm will become a scythe, and he'd reach like 20 feet.
20 feet. Would be a large monster space, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of how that would work. Like a sword, or instead of 5 feet, a mech's arm would become a sword, and it'd be 10 feet.
Yeah, the Thigh, I don't see it. Could I apply the weapon finance to the Thigh, or it is only applicable to light weapons?
I think it's only to light weapons.
Okay.
And a scythe is similar to a glaive or a halberd, so it's more of a heavy weapon.
Okay.
So I think we did pretty good. Are there any comments or questions you guys have before we go out there?
No, none that I can think of.
Okay. How about you, Donald?
Nope. I had all my questions answered.
Trish, anything for you?
No, I think it's all pretty good.
Okay. I don't have basically anything other than to say I'm really looking forward to actually playing this now. It's going to be quite interesting. And given all what we've done with the setting and the character concepts, I just think we came up with some really interesting stuff. So I hope the viewers will enjoy this video and the campaign. And so until next time, may the dice always roll in your favor.